Jenny, coach and NLP practitioner, helping people live the life that they designed, helping introverts beat fear and self-doubt, and helping people have the relationships they really want to have in life. But I love them. This always comes after a whole load of bad behaviour by the other person. I notice it on Facebook, in groups with clients and friends. They cheated, they make me feel bad, they hurt my feelings, they don't respect me, we have nothing to say to each other, we have nothing in common, we argue all the time, we never have sex, we hardly ever go out together, they drag me down, I feel depressed, I'm exhausted, I feel anxious, I don't know how long I can cope, but I love them. Love is an abstract word. In NLP, we call it a nominalization. Try saying that quickly. A nominalization is a word we attach to something that cannot be directly seen, heard, touched, smelled, or tasted. So when people say all these things I've mentioned and then follow it with, but I love them, I would ask, what are you doing when you are loving them? Because loving is the word, it's the action. Love is just this concept. It's like something in the ether. You can't touch it, you can't feel it. But what are you doing when you're loving them? That's a doing word. How are they loving you? So what are they doing to help you feel they're loving you? What does love mean to you? How do you show love? And how do they show love? And what about the action that you're telling us about means that they love you? So all these things that you say show that they love you. What about that means that they love you? And I find it fascinating how we drag our partners down. We complain to anybody who will listen about how awful they are. And then we say, but I love them. And I used to be a bit like this. I would moan to anyone who would listen about the things that were not being done, the way I was not feeling, the things that would not change in our relationship. But it was all on me, every last bit of it. I knew none of that equaled the love that I wanted. I knew that I didn't feel loved, but we get into the habit of saying, but we love each other. And then we continue to feel rubbish about the relationship for a long time ahead. But it's okay because we love each other. I would love you to write a list of all the things that show you are loved by another person. See how much love is going on in one sentence? And the fact is, would I really love you to? Well, it would be great if you did, but I probably won't hear about it. Some of you will write and tell me, and I'll feel really pleased that you've done it. But is this actual love? See how much we can overuse this word of love? I love lasagna. So why do I love lasagna? I love lasagna because it tastes delicious. It gives me a warm feeling inside. It reminds me of special moments in my life. I love watching This Is Us on TV. Why do I do that? It's a great series. It's a brilliant storyline. I'm interested in family dynamics, and it's cleverly written and reflects a lot of current situations going on in the world. Justin Hartley and Sterling Brown are not too shabby to look at either. So, I love watching This Is Us. And I love my boyfriend. Now, why? Why do I love my boyfriend? And often this last one can be difficult to answer. So we can easily say why we love lasagna and why we love TV programs and why we love all sorts of things. But when it comes down to our partner, sometimes we go, oh, but I love them. So it can be especially hard to answer this when you're feeling disconnected and unhappy. And I want you to write a detailed list of the 50 ways you love them, including how you show it and how they show it to you. And then you can get a really clear idea of what love means to you and how that's showing up in your relationship. So now you've got that one list about all the things you love about your partner, whether male, female, doesn't really matter who they are, but you've got your list. And I want you to write another list of the things you would like to be different. And I want you to look at them, and are they fundamental values or are they just superficial things that don't really matter? So something like they need so much space away from you and you find that difficult. Now that's a value, but not putting the bins out, that's an annoyance. Is it worth ending a relationship over? So I want you to split your list into values and superficial things. And what does that list look like then? And now you know what love looks like for you and what the relationship is providing, whether it's actually satisfying you. Ask yourself, do I really love them? If so, how are we going to work together as a couple to make the necessary changes? What are they willing to put into the relationship, or is this just one-sided? Next time you're complaining about your partner, to anyone who will listen, check in with yourself. Would you be happy if they were talking about you in that same way? And if not, perhaps it's time to reevaluate. The best way to highlight any issues in a relationship and whether you can work through them and whether they are able to be solved is to work on yourself. When you start to change and grow, the clearer you will be and the more visible the gap will become. Or indeed you'll work out that you can be together and you do actually really, truly love each other. So next time you're moaning and complaining about your partner and you're saying all of these awful things about them and all the things that they do against you, and then you end it with, but I love them, you know what to do. Get writing your lists, go through this video and find out actually really where you are in your relationship. And if you're still a bit stuck and if you're wanting to date, maybe you're not in a relationship and you're still confused about the word love. And maybe you've come out of a relationship and you still say, but I loved them, even though you're not in the relationship anymore. Sign up for my 40 relationship questions, the dating questions, because even though I've called them dating questions, they're a really good way about learning about yourself in a relationship and how you're going to show up in your future relationships or even your current relationship now. Remember to hit all the likes and subscribes and the notification bells and all of that good stuff that we like you to do. And also remember to have a really powerful day.